First start driving, you look at a red light, you think, oh, red means stop, I have to stop. After you've been driving for a while, no, like a red light means stop, and your brain automatically does it. So when you start to practice these other like ways of thinking, or these other ways like coming up with like thoughts, your brain starts to take them on until like all of a sudden red means stop in your brain.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, is the way we sort, like before we have a thought, our brain has a set of operations on how it creates a thought. So away from negative towards positive, small chunk, big chunk, like self versus others. And like it does that because it's like, if we grew up in like a not a good environment, this and that, that's the way it keeps us safe. You get fucked up for like doing something wrong, like, or you get straight A's and no one gives a fuck, well, you're gonna have a bigger fucking mindset towards away from negative, because that has a bigger role to play. And it's not like as like it doesn't go as well for when we grow up there in a normal environment. It actually fucks us over a lot of the time. And that's why like a lot of people like BPD or these different personality disorders, all it is actually symptomology by living in this day-to-day world and having like a mindset that doesn't actually like work with the way our environment is, and not being able to like change the way we actually process thoughts or create thoughts. So if you start, the first thing is if you start changing the way you say stuff and start changing like different habits and like getting in habits like doing it like normal, eventually your brain will automatically do it. And turn right. That's why like I think like a lot of psychologists, if they just talk to someone and they actually like listen to the words people choose, they could see mostly what their issues are. And if we actually change the words we use, we'd see this world differently, and it would actually like sort a lot of our fucking issues out. Because like here you'll see her like a lot of the stuff like, oh, like my mom gave me anxiety or this, and it's like when the rest of the world's thing that's having a bigger role on you, you feel helpless, and it's a lot more overwhelming. And even if it is all your fault, if she's like, oh, well, I got anxiety because from my mother because I didn't like blah blah blah, like I wasn't like under the right mindset, or I didn't get enough sleep. Well, at least it's like you take responsibility, then you have a role to play, then you feel empowered, like you can actually change what the world does to you. You're not as powerless.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. It's a big thing between like why like even like someone like me, like every conversation I can manipulate this or that. I feel like I have like control over the world, not the world has more control over me. Or it's the opposite. Yeah. Or you could do stuff like ask someone, if you had a timeline in your life, would it come through you or would it be in front of you? And like people that it comes through them, they like time, like they see through time, so like they'll miss the like living in the moment, this and that, but they're typically good at like getting to places on time, shit like that. People that like have their timeline in front of them actually live in time, and they're the ones that like live in the moment and feel more and realize more, but they may be bad at like getting to appointments on time and shit like that. Another thing you could see actually, and this is crazy because it doesn't matter what age you are, if you had your timeline in front of you, how big would your past be, how big would your current be, and how big would your future be in your timeline? And a lot of people that have anxiety and these different issues, their past will be the biggest part of their timeline. And it's because they always think they always think these things are going to happen again. And they always like base everything, the way they see the world now, off of things that happened way back then instead of in the current. And it's hard to move towards like a goal or a more conducive lifestyle. Even when they sort problems, like her, like she'll be like, oh, I'm going to like stop doing this because this is a bad habit. And it's like, that's not really fixing a problem. Like that's away from negative. It's really like fucks you over. You should like try to replace it with something, or actually like instead of like looking for the issues you have, look for things you're good at, move towards a goal. Because if you're always trying to fix the issues you have, first of all, if you suck at doing math, you're never going to be good at math. Don't try to be a mathematician.
Left
like
here?
If straight all the way. That's what I told her. Like her, she used to like my ex, she, oh, well, I'm not that smart. That she thinks I'm smart. I mean, I can't pick up languages. Her, she picked up French just from her ex talking shit about her in French. But like fucking obviously, like if you base it off that, but like look, like you're quicker than me at doing languages. You're better at this area. You're better at this area. It's basically so. Don't try to work on the shit you suck at. Like try to like be better at the things you're good at, and just like try to like make sure your lifestyle like kind of like skates around like the areas that really like hold you back, and find ways to like not have them affect you as much. Because fuck man, trust me, I was like they did like testing on me and shit like that to give me an IEP in school, because both my parents' first language was French. I can't even speak French.
That's odd.
Oh yeah, no, like they weren't allowed to mark me on the literacy test. I had someone write it out for me, shit like that. But then like my reading comprehension was like the 98th percentile, and then like my math and shit, like I was already at like college level and shit like that. It just certain parts was just fucking dumb. But yeah. But at the end of the day, that's all. We can't change the world around us. We can only change our perception of it. So, might as well look at it in a way that makes us happy. Because when we're dead, everything, that's the only thing we actually experience. That's the only thing we live is our own like feelings, our own happiness. You know, if I walked into a school right now and shot up the whole school, and at the end of the day, I would make zero difference in this world by the end of the day or then next year. I wouldn't even be remembered. I wouldn't change a thing in this world. You're powerless. So take care of yourself and the ones around you. Yeah, turn left. Yeah, left here. Even then, like, fucking take care of if you want to be like selfish, take care of the ones around you, because fucking at least when you're 80, this and that, you'll have someone there for you.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was Bill Gates was explaining that. Yeah, turn left. Even if you are selfish, you're better off to help the world around you. Because the smartest person in the world right now could be some random African in a village that's stuck using his minds to walk and get water every day. And the rest of the world, if you look at Japan, what they brought us since the war, and Germany, how many great inventions they brought. If we were pieces of shit and we didn't help them grow again, we'd be without those things.
Yeah, eh? Alright.